Good morning, viewers, and welcome to the World-Based Morning Show. We apologize for the late start this morning. We had some technical difficulties, but we are here now. It's studio, Alex, as a matter of fact. I'm so pleased to say in studio. We are at the man to the country. So this morning to bring to you all the conversations we have. It's so Alex, the viewers have not seen us, Alex, have gone to.
I'm going to plan myself and increase that and will succeed. Yeah, although we plan to get
It's also a procession. Well, I did not plan. I used that time to think about someone that I did not get done during the week.
This is not going to be the part.
But that's okay, that's okay. Planning shouldn't just be home. It should be something that we incorporate into our lives. It's like people monthly, just to ensure that we also do that sustainable ourselves. So just follow the purpose of the environment as we learn. But we're heading straight into this in 90 seconds here on the workplace this morning.
Yes.
Police Commissioner Rivero and Chief Secretary of Government convened today at the TITL in Signal Hill at 9 a.m. The relatives of missing 2-year-old Angelo Tobias Plaza are organizing a memorial service while supporting his mother through severe grief and public hostility as physical land and sea search operations have officially suspended pending evidence. The child's stepfather, Shannon Miller, remains jailed, charged with his murder, while the mother was completely discharged on instruction.
Coming up, spending quality time in Antigua and Barbuda, in the Carnival Zone and with some ocean inhabitants. The kids delivered as always on the track and in the pool. The power to make a difference, supporting great initiatives in St. Kitts and Nevis. There's a true Jamaican feel amidst the grandeur at this hotel. Another milestone for Trinidad and Tobago tourism. It's all next on this station.
Sofa Factory is here in Tobago. Conveniently located Montessori Drive, Glen Road, Scarborough. Up to 20% off on select sofas for customization. Deals on some sofas from as low as $4,000 until stocks last. 10% off on all wardrobes. Half off on shower heads with the purchase of a vanity set. Come in and experience the new way to shop for furniture and see the quality in person.
And I have never, ever tried anything from the dirt oven.
Let's go to the backyard dirt oven on a Thursday. Here, talk about authentic. On entry, I felt at home. I felt like I was going to visit my loving grandmother on a weekend. The kind of weekend where she showers you with love, stories, and food. This place is a home away from home. And just like I would do at home, I pop the question, what you had to eat day? And boom! Coconut drops, boom, bread, boom, garlic bread, boom, hops, boom, coconut tart, boom, jam tart, and boom, something they call nuts. And just like that, Mistress Baker was ready to pop them in the oven. And don't worry, she had some help. And while we was waiting, I said, let me hear from Mistress Baker herself.
Well, we've been operating for a couple of years now. We started, this was a COVID project. We operate strictly on Tuesdays only. You don't keep stock, we only sell on Tuesdays.
Such a sweet lady. Hey, Olia, it's ready. When last you see a nice golden brown bread, sir? Backyard bakery for the win. Olia, a GT, a finely gummy-dirt oven bread with a little extra goodies on the side. You might be asking, where they're located? They are located on Bukuru, right on Nightingale Avenue, right before Racetrack Wheels if you're coming from town. Just look for the green hedge. You can't miss it. Pause. Check out the menu they one time. Honestly, guys, this is an experience I will never forget. It's a home away from home, a place filled with love, life, and most importantly, good bread.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Early prostate cancer has absolutely no signs or symptoms, and that's why we strongly push the men once a year, get out there and get screened with a digital rectal examination and a PSA, prostate-specific antigen, a blood test. Any PSA above 4 is abnormal. All men, once they hit 40 years of age, go and have that PSA test done.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. Tobago calling. Sweet vibe, sweet wine, everybody falling. We bring the culture straight to you. Tobago updates, we keeping it true. Oh gosh. Tobago updates. On the screen, here we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the Barrio line. We bring Tobago to the world in real time. Tobago updates. Tobago updates. Carnival 2026. We said the pace. Wave your flag. Anywhere you're there. Anywhere. Island love, trimming all around you. Yeah. Picking lock on to the rhythm start. Tobago updates. Caribbean art. Yeah. Looking for office attire or worship apparel, then come to Tia's Classic Closet. Shopping for casual clothing or just want to dress down. Big discount, so it's you on clothing and comfortable shoes. Get some wonderful accessories to match your attire. Come to Tia's Classic Closet at 39 Montgomery Road. Opening hours daily from 9:30 to 5:30. For more information, call 710-168-99999.
Make your goals a reality this season with Mount Pleasant Credit Union. Tobago's choice, we got you smiling. Come and feel that mid-year feeling, oh yeah. Mid-year island dreams, we make it easy. $20,000 to $100,000. Come and see, we warm hearts, bright plans, your goals grow. Mount Pleasant Credit Union, Tobago's choice. You know, every loan wants to prove more reasons to celebrate. Chance to win big, doesn't that feel great? Up to $3,500 in exciting gift certificates. Share investment starts as low as $2,500. Mid-year island dreams, we make it easy. $20,000 to $100,000. Come and see, we warm hearts, bright plans. Let your goals grow. Mount Pleasant Credit Union, Tobago's choice, you know.
About how my dreams come to real life. This girl, I wanna know you feel like, yeah. Come closer to me, let the stars align, yeah. In the middle of the night, you bring the sunshine. This lady, she have a pot on the fire, burn a flame when she cooking.
First on this morning's celebration list for birthdays is Melanie's second. We want to wish you a very happy birthday, Melanie, from all of us here at the Tobago Updates family. And we trust that you have a beautiful day and that it begins for you a new year full of God's blessings.
Up next, we have Devin Roberts. Happy birthday to you from us at the Tobago Updates family. Wishing you a bright day ahead. You take some time to self-reflect and wishing you all God's richest blessings upon your life in this new year.
And finally on this morning's list, happy belated birthday, William Nana. I do not know who and how this is going to be explained. How did we not get this on the day? But happy birthday to you, William. We trust that you have a wonderful day. We know you're working hard, but we trust that you'll enjoy the day and that your new year begins with the favor of God. Happy birthday to you.
And this has brought us to the end of our birthday shout-outs this morning. We want to say to those of you who did not make it on a birthday lineup this morning, happy birthday to you. Wishing you a great day ahead. Be safe and really take some time to self-reflect and thank God for His blessings. Now this morning, viewers, we're heading straight into our interview this morning. We have with us this morning, and I'm going to give Alex the opportunity to introduce our guest for this morning. Over to you, Alex.
You keep setting me up with these culture starts. Viewers, we're talking this morning about giving back to the elderly. We're talking love, bless, give, the foundation. And we're talking with Mrs. LaDonna Beard Griffith. Good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now let me just do a full disclosure here, right? LaDonna is not a stranger. We met almost 40 years ago. We don't see each other as often as we did back then, but it's a pleasure seeing you again.
Thank you.
Now, for the viewers who are hearing about the Love, Bless, Give Foundation for the first time, tell us how you started this initiative and what was that moment or point in time that gave you the path forward to say this is something I want to do.
Well, I have always wanted to deal with the elderly. I have always been with crowds that are older than myself, and some people call it a little biggish. But I have found that I have found comfort in dealing with the elderly. Why I started the foundation, I was away studying for a bit, and my grandmother died, and I was unable to come back because I just went back to school. And it hurt me so much that I wasn't able to come back. And it reflected that there are so many people not able to be with their loved ones, to care for the elderly. And in 2026 thereabout, I got that burning desire. This is what you need to do. I have been in business, with Alex knows, I've been in business for my whole life. That's all I know. But there's just a love, just a comfort, just a relief you find when you take care of the elderly, when you pamper them, when you just sit with them and hear different stories from back then, and that's how it started.
I think it's the stories that got her involved with that. Because I've had the pleasure as well of meeting her parents, and while they're not exactly young people, you would look at them and know, so they don't appear as elderly, they both still be active and that kind of thing. So I think it's the stories that got her involved. But how did that involvement directly impact your life? Because we've seen some people who say, you can't take them old people. But how did that involvement, especially after the trauma of not being able to say a final farewell to your grandmother, how did the interacting rather with the older folk impact your life directly?
There is such a joy just sitting and hearing them give stories of the past, give stories of their present, give stories of their hurt, and I took the opportunity and said, this is what I love. Just sitting there, they can say the same thing over and over and over and over, but it's just a joy it's just a relaxing feeling to me to just hear them relate and give their stories.
Now, one thing I have loved about growing up, I grew up with my grandparents for a majority of my life until my mom finished studying. And that meant I was also exposed to their friends as well. And there's a certain level of wisdom that they can bestow to you when you sit and you're in the mix among the senior, the elderly of society. And I think sometimes we take for granted their wisdom, we take for granted their experiences, and how listening to these stories, as you've mentioned, sometimes the stories that they give from when they were a child, and the tree that they climbed, and their mom told them not to climb the tree and they fell down and they ended up with a broken foot. It all gives that. It helps to relate to them in a way because they have also passed through some of the stages in your life that you are currently going through. Now, the services that you offer, it goes far beyond pampering, and it includes legal services, healthcare professionals, social services, and protective services. Why was it important that you approached senior care with that holistic approach?
Okay, because as I said, they have been neglected, and we will be surprised of who neglect the elderly, sometimes their own kids. So when they find themselves in situations where there's a fire, there's a home invasion, I'm just bedridden, but I can still do some form of exercise. So it's a holistic thing that I'm trying to do for the elderly. So it's not just pampering on the outside, but it's also life skills that they can practice as they continue their years until the good Lord takes them home.
There's something that I heard a gentleman say years ago, that people in their life prepare to retire, they look forward to retirement, but nobody prepares, especially mentally, for old age. Have you found some of them saying, I didn't expect that this would be where I am, and having to rely on somebody to help me? Have you been encountering that?
Very, very close. My father's mom, just before she died, the thing that she kept saying is that, I don't like this old age, I never know old age could be like this. And that played in my mind, and so that it gives me a further trust to get into the people and let them know that, hey, you're still loved, we still love you, and it's a period that everybody has to go through. Just as we are born, we go back to the earth. And it's just a comfort in them knowing that at the end of the day, even though my kids are not here, my husband, I'm a widow or whatever, I'm still loved. And if I could just do it once a year for one person, it's good.
You've done it more than once a year for more than one person. Tell us about some of what has happened through the foundation and how it has impacted.
Well, actually, the first one that I did, other than doing individuals, going to people's homes and stuff, was in 2017, sorry. And I reached out to the home, about 4 homes for the aged in Tobago, and some community groups, and they said, oh no, we do that, we always do that. I said, okay, no problem. So I catered for about 50 people. Shy of 200 people came.
Wow.
And we finished planned to finish about 5, and we finished about 8. With, as I said, the fire was there, people were there, social services, the army was there. And I had my team, we did facials, we did makeup, we did body massages, we did manicure, pedicure. When they left feeling a sigh of relief, not just physically, but with information that they can take and carry on.
I think what society forgets is that the elderly, they still want to be included in everyday activities. Remember, they started their lives, they were working, they were going out into the garden, they were going for a run, who ride their bicycles, and now at this age, maybe because of ailments and whatever restrictions, they are unable to function in the capacity that they have had for so many years. And sometimes just including them within spaces and getting a massage, getting a facial is really a great way for them to be able to feel as though they are still a part of society. Because sometimes what happens is when we put them into these homes, they say, well, okay, they are taken care of there, but in terms of that social aspect, in terms of seeing your family, getting to interact with your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, that brings such great joy to them. And we sometimes need to remember that as the family members of our seniors that we place into these homes. Now, I know you've been doing this for years. I'm sure that there are some stories that have significantly impacted you over the years. Can you share with us any one or two in particular that really stood out to you?
Okay, well, just recently on Sunday, I did one in Speyside. And what stands out to me is that the event started at 3. And the elderly were there at 2, seated and waiting to be pampered.
Good Tobago old people.
Yeah. And no one left until, what I find is interesting that no matter what services I offer, no one leaves until they get a pedicure. And that's male and female. And the funny thing about it is that at this last one, the person I was supposed to do the pedicure didn't come. And sometimes you get flustered, or why not? But it's for me, because I did my studies also in cosmetology, it gives me that interaction with them personally. So while I'm massaging the feet, I get to speak to them. Now, if someone did that, I was doing another service that I would just do like 5 minutes and go. But because a pedicure takes that lunch of time, I'm able to interact personally with every elderly that I serve.
How has the interaction been in terms of, especially the elderly? There are some who we say stuck in their ways, and probably it's difficult for us to understand routines built over years and how challenging they are. I can recall in my own family, for example, getting some of the elderly to accept that, no, you can't keep doing this way. Have you been encountering any of those?
Well, I more deal with the pampering part when I have the expos and the expositions.
And nobody tell you, listen, no, don't leave my foot alone.
Oh yeah, I've gotten that a lot of time. Don't chuck here, scrub here, thing here. But at the end, because of my studies, and I have always been a people person through business and stuff like that, I don't know, I just find a way to calm them down. As in case in point, in last Sunday, a woman, she wanted to leave because she thinks she reached now and she needs to have her pedicure done now. But there were 15 people in front of her. And by the time I was finished with her, the amount of hugs and thank you I got, that's what motivated me.
Now, the foundation also recognizes seniors who have made significant contributions to their community. Tell us a bit about the awards and the contributions and the recognition that you have done so far for those in the community who have spent their life in service.
Okay, so we have done 3 so far, where we picked out people that I have found that have contributed, maybe not financially, but their presence in the community spoke volumes. And what I did is that I honor them. I brought their family members. I brought people who went to school with them that they were totally shocked that, 1, that are still alive, and 2, that still knows them. And it was a joy seeing on the face the hugs and the ahs and the oohs, and that is what propels me, as I said before, to continue and knowing that at the end of the day, what I'm doing has a purpose.
This is an interesting thing on this. We just kind of pretend she's not here for a while. Somebody who basically grew up in business is involved in a not-for-profit. And a not-for-profit where the only repayment is the enjoyment of somebody else. It's something that I think they call philanthropy. And more of us need to embrace understanding that you can put in effort knowing that the results or the return on the investment you make don't come directly to you, but your your return is really seeing the satisfaction that it brings to others. We've become a society where we always ask, what's in it for me? And this is something that says there's something in it for somebody else. If we just take time to remember, I heard a lady speaking of the elderly as yesterday's children. If we remember that yesterday's children contributed something from which we now benefit, we would find it probably easier to contribute something from which they can now benefit. I think that kind of mindset is one that is going to help more of us to be willing to join efforts like these.
And I agree with you. I have seen, especially when I listen to the older folk talk or your grandparents speaking, they always talk about the concept of sometimes it's not about the monetary gain. It's about the ability to contribute to someone's life in a way that is beneficial and it's intangible, but the benefits or the rewards for that person is tangible. So what you're giving is intangible, but you're getting a tangible result out of it. Which
brings to the other question. Efforts like these carry a significant cost. How are these costs met?
I will say it's God. Because I funded myself with little or nothing that I have. And just at the right time, he shows up. People show up. I have not gotten any corporate sponsorship to this date. But it works out.
So just other individuals who have the same concept show up.
Yeah, so that's a good thing about it. Because of the idea and because of the drive, a lot of people say, I want to buy into that idea. I want to be a part of it. And they come forward and we make it happen.
So just a bunch of people bearing their own costs and putting out something from which they, may say, yesterday's children.
Yes, yesterday's children.
Can benefit.
Now in Tobago, we often speak about preserving our cultural heritage. And I believe a lot of our cultural heritage and history is deeply embedded in the stories of the elderly folk. And I think we often bypass that. How do you see what you're doing is preserving the memory and the history and the heritage of Tobago by including the pampering services and the legal services? How does that translate in terms of the service providers who are there on that day, in terms of that interaction and preserving the history and the cultural heritage of Tobago?
Well, we have an old saying here that it takes a village. And I have seen that it really takes a village to make things happen. So even if people are not, as you said, financially able to give, just their mere presence, being there and giving back from the heart. And I think it's a heart thing because I have always said that love is not a word. It's a doing word, it's an action. And if we don't portray that, because back then you have no flour, the neighbor would make a cake for you, and it's just the same way. It's just we have just modernized it now. So I may not be financially able to serve 200 people, but at this time I can serve 50, and people will just show up and offer their services. And as I said, it's not always monetary, but just from a heart of love and a heart of giving back, we make it happen.
45 seconds. What's next for the foundation to do?
Okay, well, because we have now been able to reach and people have been seeing what we have been doing, we have three communities that have already reached out to us to ask us to come and service their community. So for Father's Day, they're about, either the week before or the week after, we are heading to Pinal and we are going down there to see if we can give back. So as our slogan says, love everyone, bless everyone, and give to everyone. And if my living is nothing, if I can help someone as I go along, then my living is not in vain. So the kind words of just calling to say, have you eaten today? Are you okay? Is there food in the fridge? Just that small gesture of that kind word carries it a very, very long way.
Mrs. Griffith, we want to thank you so much for coming on this morning and sharing with us all the work you are doing, especially to preserve and to include our elderly in society, in everyday activities, things that they may have done before they got to that age that they feel left out of. And we want to thank you for continuing that work. We want to wish you all the best going forward and for your event coming up in Pinal. I know that you will do an excellent job. I know that all the elderly of that community would leave feeling in brighter spirits. And we want to wish you all the best going forward, and that corporate sponsorships will come to you this year and the next year and the year after that.
I received that.
And come back and talk to us again.
I will.
Because we head to a break right now. When we come back, we talk sports, all things sport. It's Friday. We talk with Marcus and all things sport. Stay with us. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
From the reef to the road.
From the reef to the road.
From the reef to the road. Tobago calling. Sweet vibes, sweet wine, everybody falling. We bring the culture straight to you. Tobago updates, we keeping it true.
Oh gosh, Tobago updates. On the screen, there we go. You're home for October, can't even show. From the big stage shine to the road line. We bring Tobago to the world in real time.
Tobago updates. Tobago updates. Carnival 2026. We said the pace. Wave your flag. Anywhere you're there. Island love streaming all around you. Big long on to the rhythm start.
Tobago updates, Caribbean art. Looking for office attire or worship apparel, then come to Tia's Classic Closet. Shopping for casual clothing or just want to dress down. Big discount, so it's you on clothing and comfortable shoes. Get some wonderful accessories to match your attire. Come to Tia's Classic Closet at 39 Montgomery Road. Opening hours daily from 9:30 to 5:30. For more information, call 710-168-99999.
Make your goals a reality this season with Mount Pleasant Credit Union. Tobago's choice, we got you smiling. Come and feel that mid-year feeling, oh yeah. Mid-year island dreams, we make it easy. $20,000 to $100,000. Come and see, we warm hearts, bright plans, your goals grow. Mount Pleasant Credit Union, Tobago's choice. You know, every loan wants to prove more reasons to celebrate. Chance to win big, doesn't that feel great? Up to $3,500 in exciting gift certificates. Share investment starts as low as $2,500. Mid-year island dreams, we make it easy. $20,000 to $100,000. Come and see, we warm hearts, bright plans. Let your goals grow. Mount Pleasant Credit Union, Tobago's choice, you know.
Sofa Factory is here in Tobago. Conveniently located Montessori Drive, Glen Road, Scarborough. Up to 20% off on select sofas for customization. Deals on some sofas from as low as $4,000 until stocks last. 10% off on all wardrobes. Half off on shower heads with the purchase of a vanity set. Come in and experience the new way to shop for furniture and see the quality in person.
from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning. Good morning.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being with us here on Tobago Updates Television. We are in the beautiful Magdalena Beach Hotel. You know, I like to come on Magdalena on Fridays in a way. I mean, you know, like my belly as well, right? I want to thank Renessa and Mr. Brown for holding on the first half hour. We are into the sporting segment this morning. Our first interview, we're talking rugby. And I have one set with me, Lyndon Lashley, Public Relations Officer of the Tobago Football Rugby Club, right? Tobago Football Rugby Club. And we're talking about San Slam 2026.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen you guys put the work in. You know, you have had challenges in terms of sponsors, and yet you are here for the third consecutive year. I mean, tell me, what are we to expect from 2026?
So, if you've never been to rugby before, rugby is played sometimes 7 a man or up to 15 players on a field pitch. So what we at the club have now brought to the Tobago space is rugby on the beach.
Rugby on the beach, yeah?
Rugby on the beach. So that is what we call rugby sand slam.
Oh, sand slam.
This is the third consecutive year that we'll be having it, and it's held at the Corland Beach Sporting Grounds. Right in the Tutti Beach area, the Black Rock area there. And it's just bringing the sport of rugby back in Tobago. So we've had some international teams coming, mainly from the Barbados side and stuff like that. And they would have won last year. So they'll be coming back to either lay claim again to the challenge trophy, or we'll have other teams from Trinidad coming, other clubs from Trinidad coming, as well as clubs from Tobago coming to challenge them to hopefully keep the challenge trophy here.
So we are home. We are surrounded by beautiful beaches, and you mentioned that, you know, rugby basically predominantly plays on a field. I mean, and what about the change from the field to the sand? Was that to just encourage persons to come and support because of beach kind of atmosphere?
Partly, yes. So we know that Tobago usually used to host the international rugby tournament here in Tobago, but as the years would have gone, that is no longer here. So we sat around the table and decided and say, what can we do that is sport tourism, and what could bring back that vigor, that vibe, that energy for rugby? So we say, hey, they just built a beaching facility there. So we made some tweaks, made some, you know, little changes, and say, hey, why not make it in a way where we can still have the 7 a man side, but make it more entertaining, and why not on the beach? So what we did is that we decided to make it, as I said, still a 7 a man side, but on any given time on the field, there's only 5 players on the pitch. Right. So with that, and they have rolling subs, as we know from other sports. Subs.
Flying sub, they call it. Flying sub. Yes, they can go on and off as you please, right?
Yes. So with that now, we say, okay, cool. The idea sound nice. Tried it the first year. It
looking good, right?
Tried it the second year.
Getting bigger.
We getting some clubs from the outside and Trinidad. So this year we coming again. So we coming bigger, better. And it's going to be a bit more fun. So we want the public to come out, because we know that not much people have an idea of what rugby is.
So outside of obviously you being here, I mean the nation's #1 media house, Tobago Updates, and sharing the word. What else are you guys putting in place to ensure that, you know, the public comes out and support?
So we would have had some sales coming up, as well as we also have, we know Tobago Updates.
So when you say sales, like, you know, you'll do a breakfast sale as well, like, so those things you all doing, fundraisers.
Fundraisers, yes.
Okay, and in terms of registration so far, because it's happening when July?
Oh, it's happening on July the 18th and the 19th, 2026.
Right.
So that's the 2 days planned out. So it's a week. It's more or less a weekend. So and it's coming around the time where, you know, it have no school.
School is out, right?
And
summertime.
So they have time to come out and actually see the rugby, and we would have had some schools, predominantly the Signal Hill Comprehensive. So we have some school teams coming out and stuff like that. So it's just to bring that energy and that vigor back into the sport.
Because that's my next question, right? Because you mentioned that the 2 years that you would have held it, teams from outside Trinidad and Tobago would have won it. And it's when I say rugby in Tobago, was sport in Tobago, I think football, I think cricket, probably track and field, but not rugby.
Exactly.
I mean, how has it been for you guys in getting young athletes to sign on to rugby? Because not even athletes, only their parents, because when they hear rugby, they're thinking it's physical, very physical, and it's dangerous. How do you get parents to buy into their children participating in rugby?
Basically, we tell them it's technically the same way as any other sports, because you can get scholarships, you can be representative for Trinidad and Tobago internationally, and we have had representatives from Tobago actually playing on the junior and the senior national teams.
I know Keyshawn Walker from Castor.
Exactly.
Big up Castor one time.
Yes.
Yes, I know Keyshawn, and yes, there are others as well.
Yes, we have others who have gone and represented Trinidad and Tobago internationally, representing for the sport of rugby. And I would more or less put myself
so you
yes, I used to play back in my much younger days,
right,
but
you're now selling the sport.
So because for me, I would tell people, when I heard the sport rugby, I was like, rugby boy, my size and fellas bigger than me. But then when it is you come and you actually play the game, it's a family, it's a love, and it's as much as people think that you can get injured. I mean, you can get injured in any sport.
Any sport, of course.
But with that, it teaches you more of how to control. It's a conflict resolution sport. It really is, because it teaches you how to be more humble, humility, and stuff like that. So what I would tell them is, don't be afraid. I mean, I know I was at the start, but then when it is, I started playing and I started understanding. And as you know, we have a very amazing coach, Mr. Anderson, better known as Puff.
Right.
Most people know him as Puff. So, and he teaches the kids all the techniques and the ins and outs of the sport. So they will come and learn. So parents, you don't have to be afraid. It's here to be fun. It's here to be entertaining. It's here to be just giving them another avenue in terms of the sporting athlete life, to go out of Trinidad and Tobago, to experience the world, and to just understand and fall more into the love of rugby.
So for this tournament, right, is it by invitation only, or can persons or teams register for the competition?
Oh yes, they can. So they can contact us via our Facebook page,
right?
And they can come and say, hey, we're interested in registering, we're interested in coming and being a part of it. And we're hoping at the end of this and at the building of the sport that we could hopefully get back the international aspect of it. I know that we there's another club, more or less, or rather I should say a past member of our club who hosts rugby tournaments in January, where we see more clubs from Trinidad and Tobago coming.
This is in Tobago?
Yeah, it happens right here.
Not
it
at the
happens,
beach?
No, not at the beach. This one is now is the more conventional one, but it's more what we say. Well, I used to play netball, so they say a fast five.
A fast, okay. So and this happens in January in Tobago.
Yes.
Okay. And this is, as you mentioned, conventional. So this happens on the grass, in the field.
So this happens more at the shop park sporting grounds.
So I mean, rugby is alive and well in Tobago.
Yes, it's coming back nicely.
And what are you guys putting in place to ensure that this year the title and trophy stays home?
Well, I can tell you that the kids and these both junior, senior, both local teams, because we have on some other local teams as well, have been putting in the work.
Who are some of those clubs?
So we have the senior men. They call themselves, I believe, Savory. I could be wrong. I can't remember. It's been a minute. So they have the senior teams coming out. We have another team called, and this team is a very unique team because it's if I remember correctly, it's a Fiji name. They call themselves Masuja.
Fiji? Wow.
Yes, that's a Fijian name. So they call themselves Masuja. And then we have some of the juniors in terms of the school teams. They also come out and take part in stuff like that. So we call it, I used to call them the all-star team, because it's more or less a mix of all the teams and stuff like that from the schools.
Okay, so how many schools, these are secondary school students, right? And we have, you mentioned Compre. Do we have like rugby involved, rugby introduced at all the schools in Tobago?
I know that we would have gone to Scarborough, Bishops, as well as Roxborough.
Right.
And they would have been very excited and interested in the sport and stuff like that. So hopefully we could have those other schools
getting on board,
getting on board as well, and coming and being a part and just being a part of the family of what rugby is actually.
I'm seeing here you have under 20 male and female mixed vintage, over 45 senior men and women. What's mixed vintage?
So mixed vintage is just a mixture of the young and the old. So that's where the family and the teaching now comes in. Because I will consider myself an old school as well.
Old school, right.
So we ain't all about the flair and the flams of what rugby is. We more technical and logical. So we go give a little pass here, and then we go hit you something called a little dummy there, a little fake there. And so we will just play the sport in the more rural sense and allow the younger ones while they're playing to do the flares, because we know most persons who would have actually seen a game will see somebody hitting somebody a little palm off, and when we say palm off, is if somebody's coming to tackle you, and
I understand that. That's all part of the rules as well. You can do that.
That's all part of the rules. We have the rules where it is, we can have the high tackle, and when we say high tackle, you're tackling them above the shoulder and stuff like that, because we also want to ensure the safety of the players and stuff like that. So it's all about the fun and the flair and the energy of the game. So we want the persons of Tobago and also Trinidad, you can come across, it's all about the summertime. So come across, taking the game, taking the fun, and just let's see how more advanced we could get the sport of rugby here in Tobago.
Yeah, so as we wrap, it's all free of charge. All right, free of charge. And let's mention the dates again.
All right, so it's July the 18th and the 19th, 2026 at the Corland Beach facility. So you could come out. I do think I need to make a mention of this. So if there's anyone who is interested in coming out, our training days are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4:30 p.m.
This is to make the Tobago team. Tuesday and Thursday. Location
at the Collar Hall Field, and again it's all led by Coach Anderson. So you could come out and have fun.
At what time?
This is once again at 4:30 p.m. So they could come out and have fun. They will learn the sport of the game and stuff.
Any age group you want to start at?
I don't want to give myself liberty to say, but I believe, as all sports, the younger they start, the better. But I will say for more reasons, if it is they're now coming into high school.
High school, better.
But we also want to start, I feel like I'll give myself liberty. We want to start at the primary school level.
Right.
Because we do have some junior ones coming out as well. So even if they may not actually play a very intense match, at least if it is they have the training and the knowledge, they can then go into secondary school already.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Any other thing you want to mention before you go?
So they can hit up Jay at 305-3215 or Tate at 728-8545. And this is also from just to register. If it is they don't get us on the
social
Facebook
media?
Social media page.
What are they looking for on social media? Tobago?
They're looking for the Tobago Rugby Football Club.
Tobago Rugby Football Club.
Right, on Facebook.
Right.
Or they could contact either Jay at 305-3215 or Tate at 728-8545.
Fantastic. Big up G one time. I normally get information from G, right? And she's very involved with the rugby and very passionate about the rugby.
Very passionate.
And I'm wishing you guys all the best in your third installment. 3 years running, it says that you guys are building a vibe, building a movement in Tobago where rugby is concerned, and I wish you guys all the best. Hopefully this will be one of the biggest event that you would have hosted over the years. Guys, we've been chatting here with Lyndon Lashley, Public Relations Officer out of the Tobago Football Rugby Club, and it's all happening this year again, the 3rd annual Sand Slam at the beautiful Corland Beach facilities. Yes, and you can hit them up on social media. The numbers are there. Already start club, take part. You like to dive about in the sun on the beaches. Make it more structured and get a ball in hand and do some rugby, right? We're gonna come back right after the break. We got some football to discuss. FIFA World Cup, few days away, and I have someone. I think he's supporting Brazil, a former coach right in Tobago, a high-level coach, and we're gonna talk about some predictions who's gonna win the World Cup. I know Ronaldo winning one time, but we're gonna talk more right after the break with Mr. Nigel D'Souza. But of course, do me a favor, share the live, Share the live, share the live.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Hi viewers, welcome back, and thank you so much for staying tuned to the Big Updates Television. We are into our final interview this morning here at the beautiful Magdalena Beach Resort and of course Golf Course. Yeah, we are here this time talking football, not rugby football, right, but football, because World Cup, what, 6 days away? 6 days away?
Yeah, six
days away. It starts next Thursday the 11th, and we have the opening match, South Africa taking on Mexico. And I have Nigel D'Souza, former head coach of FC Phoenix, a man who has been at the helm of so many different teams here at Tobago and of course Trinidad and Tobago. What of experience with football, and I saw it fit to have him here this morning for us to talk about this World Cup that is coming up. I mean, an expanded version. We have what, the most amount of teams,
48.
all the World Cups, the most amount of teams. I mean, let's jump in right there, Nigel, in terms of this year's expanded version. I mean, your thoughts on that?
Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Trans Tobago, and your wider audience. I think it's one. It had two sides to it. One, you don't want the World Cup to be diluted, but you also want to give persons the opportunity to play in the World Cup. So then FIFA saw it fit, and look, we have to accept it. And football always evolving, so it's part of it.
Yeah, and I mean, with the expanded version, I mean, disappointed that Trinidad and Tobago didn't get in there.
Listen, we are always disappointed when we don't pick it, and I thought it would have been one of our best chances, seeing that there's no Mexico, Canada, United States.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't make it, and we have to learn from it and try and go again.
Yeah, and you know, we talk about the expanded version, and obviously more games and more match days. And one of the discussion that I've had with persons, you know, by the bar and in the block, and we're talking football. We have had Champions League, domestic leagues, different cups. And some of the leading players have played right up until last week in the Champions League final. Any concerns about this year's World Cup not having the quality because players might be burnt out in any way?
Of course. Look, players are human just as everybody else, and you're asking them to play at high tempo, give you quality, give you efficiency, and produce for them. But players will get tired. I think they expand the squads as well, so you could carry more players than in previous World Cup. But saying that, you have to take into consideration the conditions we're going to play in, and they introduce water breaks because it's going to be
water breaks on either side.
So to be honest, you will see some low-level games in terms of teams sitting back, teams not trying to save energy going forward. I think in the latter stages, you'll get a little more high-quality games, but during the group stages, there will be games of quality, but I think you'll see some teams trying to play a little more defensive because trying to save on energy.
And so you expect like plenty, you don't expect plenty goals at all?
You'll always find games where you'll get goals because just one team highly better than the other. But football now, a lot of teams are more organized. You're seeing coaches traveling throughout the regions and coaching, and everybody is open to coaching education now. So I don't think it will be as high scoring as previous World Cup, but I think you'll get some good games in between.
Now, USA, Canada, Mexico, host nations, right? I mean, which one of the nations you think that you know, as a team or players they'll be more inclined to play? You mentioned the weather as well and heat and all these different things. You as a coach, and I know you followed and you studied the football. You know, USA, Mexico, Canada. As a coach, which other countries do you want to play your group matches?
Canada, because Mexico, my kind of opinion, above the sea level.
Yes.
And then the United States, the heat wave right now, the temperature is going to be high. Canada, kind of in between the both of them. So I think for countries, they prefer to play there. But at the same time, America has some great stadiums.
Exactly.
And then we have to see what the weather does with the fields and what the kind of grass they use and all of that. So I think Canada might be the best fit, but at the end of the day, you have to go and play where they put you.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, because I'm sure, obviously, way before now, the teams after the draw, they knew exactly which country they will be based, and I've seen teams playing friendly matches against some teams from those particular nations. Because the idea is to get out of your group and get into the knockout stages, and then obviously try to move on to the final. Nigel, I've seen predictions. All the pundits, they are saying Brazil versus Argentina final with Brazil winning. I mean, before you even get to that question, right? You have any horse in the race? Which team are you supporting?
Listen to me. Unfortunately, my horse not in the race anymore.
Which team is that?
I've been an Italian supporter.
Oh my goodness.
Listen to me.
What's a World Cup without Italy, boy? Wow.
Listen to me. I grew up.
Yeah.
My first memory of World Cup is supporting Roberto Baggio, and going primary school actually I had a ponytail.
Wait,
so that was my, and he chose the penalty.
Well, I was not going to ask that. I mean, they had a ad with him, Johnny Walker, and all them different things. Wow.
Unfortunately, but outside of that, I think you're looking at the teams with depth.
Yeah.
France, Portugal.
And when you're talking, when you say depth, you're talking about bench, a strong bench, and players who are playing
from
all
1 to let me say 1 to 18. Why I say that, the conditions is going to need you to rotate,
right?
And then obviously expanded World Cup. Now you have more games to play than you had previously. So the teams that have that extra quality, but I also think because of how teams will play, a lot of teams now play in a 4-4-2 low block or 5-3-2. The ability to break down teams, the teams that have players who could dribble 1v1 and run with the ball, I think those teams are teams who are going to progress. So you have to look at the France, Portugal, of course Brazil and Argentina.
Let's say that again. France, after France, they call
France, Portugal, Brazil, Argentina. I think those teams, but then you have a couple dark horses like Ecuador.
Let's talk about dark horses. Because I'm seeing Senegal as a dark horse as well. Any other team that you think that can?
I think Ecuador, Senegal, Norway.
Norway is that guy from
Erling Haaland.
I didn't want to mention. I didn't want to call his name. I didn't want to call his name.
Outside of him, I think they have a very organized team.
A very organized,
physical, but they're going to play to their strengths. They're not going to try to do anything fancy. So I think those teams are teams they could look for in terms of dark horses. They always have the powerhouses, but those are some of the teams I think could be good work.
Morocco. I mean,
could be in and around it as well.
Morocco was a team that knocked out Portugal last time.
Yes.
With
Hakimi and Bouadi.
Yeah.
They have a you feel like Bouadi.
Right.
He's in France, so I think they have a good squad as well.
Yeah. I mean, I know every World Cup there's always a star. Let's forget what about Ronaldo and Messi, because obviously all eyes will always be on those two guys. Messi won it last time. Do you see Ronaldo? Maybe this time is this his time to bow out? Because I can't see him come back after this one for another World Cup.
No, this is
his last.
This is Messi and Ronaldo last.
Yes.
In terms of upcoming players, I think Dewey From France.
From France.
Is a very talented
So you
player.
think he'll be one of the standouts of the World Cup?
He could be a standout.
Yeah.
Just dribbling ability, could take on players, and I think he young, he high energy. I think he'll be one of the standout players.
Okay, and in terms of the person with the most goals in the competition, who you think will be that person?
That's always a tough one, but I think Haaland have a good chance.
Yeah.
Just because of how Norway
just
plays,
because of
how they play, they'll have
two teams you see coming out of that group. Two teams you see coming out of that group.
A very balanced group. I think Mexico and Czech Republic.
And all because Mexico are playing at home as well.
Mexico at home, altitude. They should favor themselves coming out of that group.
You're not giving South Africa no chance at all here.
I don't think the team as strong as like
when they
when they were at home. I don't think
right.
the team as strong.
Okay.
And South Korea, they'll be organized, but I just don't think that enough firepower.
Fantastic. Group B, we have Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland there.
Switzerland for sure.
Yeah.
And because Canada home, you want to give them a chance. And then remember, it have third place teams coming out as well.
So,
in some groups, depending on it have, I think,
I missed that.
The top 4 or top 5 third place teams coming out of the group as well.
Oh, I missed that.
So it have a lot more chance for you to come out of the group. So I think Canada and Switzerland comes out of that group.
So wait, this could be an opportunity for Miroslav Klose's record, goal scoring record.
Definitely.
This can be broken here.
Definitely.
Okay. I don't think you would like that though. All right. In Group C, we have Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland.
So I must big up CONCACAF. So Haiti have been impressive with all they have going on.
Yeah.
I just don't think they have enough. Brazil and Morocco are the two strongest teams, and then Scotland as a third team. Yeah. It's possible, depending on the results.
Before we get into Group D, right? I mean, your thoughts on the team selected for Brazil with Neymar. I mean, you saw Neymar getting selected there at all?
Well, I didn't, but at the same time, you can't not carry him. If he is he's available to carry, Neymar is Brazil. In a sense, everybody in Brazil looks up to Neymar. He's the star right now. Yeah. You're not going to leave him as a coach.
As a coach, I mean, in Japan, and I saw that recently he got injured as well.
Yeah, well, let's say a week or so. But
he's back out.
As a coach, you're not carrying. You're 26. At 26 men to choose, you have to be one of the 26.
Fantastic. Group D, US of A, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey.
So this group, I think, is a good group.
Yeah. A group of
USA,
that
not a group of that for me, but it's a very good group.
Yeah.
Turkey, for me, have a young, talented bunch of players. So they're coming out of the group. Paraguay, always an interesting team. They had a decent run in terms of South American qualifiers, and then the USA. So I think 3 teams come out of that group.
3 teams, because top 2. Give me your top 2. Come directly, top 2 directly, and then
Turkey and USA.
Turkey and USA.
They're home.
I mean,
gotta give them a chance.
But USA, they have a good
coach.
They're
solid.
Okay.
They're solid.
And obviously CONCACAF as well. We want to get CONCACAF teams involved there.
Have to big them up.
Group E, we have Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Do you see this group here?
So this for me is one of the group of that.
You see this group right here?
Germany obviously is the favorites.
And Germany, did they come out of the group stages last World Cup? I think they missed out, you know.
That was the World Cup before, I think.
There was a World Cup before, okay.
Yeah, but Germany, young coach in Nagelsmann, I think they have a good bunch. They don't have a fire. The strikers not all that talented, but Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Germany.
Curacao played well in the qualifiers. The young, they have likened Curacao as a Dutch B team.
It is, but look, they have the option. Players born and good, they have Dutch nationality.
You don't think that, okay.
It makes no difference.
We're speeding through here now. Group F, Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia.
The Dutch and the Swedes.
The Dutch and
the Swedes coming out of that group. Japan, always solid, but the Dutch and the Swedes.
All right, fantastic. Group G, Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand.
Belgium and Egypt.
Belgium and Egypt. Well, New Zealand, a cricket team.
Yeah, definitely.
Group H, we have Spain. How do you pronounce this one?
Cape Verde.
Cape Verde. Saudi Arabia and Uruguay.
Spain and Uruguay.
Uruguay still have that guy with us bad people?
Nah.
He's not there.
The strikers not as strong as before, which was Cavani and Suarez. They don't have that.
Suarez, that's the guy.
They're dependent on Darwin Núñez. It will be solid Locomotive group, but I don't think that far to go.
I don't know. Spain, and Spain, we have Yamal. I'm surprised you didn't mention Yamal as a potential leading goal scorer.
I don't think he'll be a leading goal scorer, but he'll definitely be one of the best players in it.
Because the position he plays.
The position he plays, but he'll definitely be one of the best players.
One of the best players in it, okay. And I heard that he's going to miss the first game or something like that?
Possible, but as I said, there are plenty of games to play.
Okay, all right.
The first one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is Group I now. We have France, Senegal.
For me, this is the group of that.
This is Group of that?
This is the group of that.
I will tell you my group of that.
France,
then which year?
I think 3 teams come out of that group. France, Senegal, and Norway.
And your top team, your top 2 teams?
France and Norway.
Because you like Haaland?
No, not I like him, but I just think he's a top player.
He's a top player.
I think how they play, Senegal have a good chance to come out as the third place.
All right,
One of the best third place.
You saw the send-off? You saw Senegal send-off?
Yeah.
That's great. Top tier. Top tier. Yeah.
African champions.
Yeah. Argentina. Lionel Messi there. Algeria, Austria and Jordan.
Easy group for Argentina.
Easy group.
And then I think Austria is the second best team in that group.
You know, the last time Argentina got a shock from Saudi Arabia, you know.
And they still made it.
They still win the World Cup.
They still made it. And win the World Cup. So.
Right. So this group here, I think the World Cup winner is in this group. Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, Colombia.
Portugal and Colombia.
Right. Portugal.
Too easy.
World Cup winners right there.
Colombia, yeah.
And then we're going to have Group L. England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. Is it coming home?
I know English fans wish. Listen to me. England have a chance. A very good team.
Yeah.
I just don't think that final that they have it. But they will come out of the group definitely. Croatia on the older side, but they have the experience. And then Ghana have good running power, young team. So 3 teams could come out of that group definitely.
Yeah, fantastic.
Tough luck for Panama, but Panama have been doing well over the years.
Yeah, and of course, Nigel, I'm hoping that we're going to have you on once the World Cup starts, and we're going to break down the games, preview the games, review the games, because I know it's exciting times.
Definitely.
Right? We have the matches at 12. I've seen 12, I've seen 1, I've seen 3.
6,
these
10, 9, yeah.
These are prime liming times, eh? You can lime.
Well, for the people who lime, they will lime, you know. For the football junkies like us,
yes, we want to watch and analyze.
We watching games.
And fantastic. And just before we go, Nigel, I mean, that's in one sentence. What are you looking forward to the most from this World Cup?
Because in my capacity as a coach, just the solutions coaches find to problems on the field, that tactical battle. For me, it's always exciting to see what coaches come up with, especially during the game and at halftime. So for me, that's what I will be looking at. I mean, a lot of people look at scores and all that, but I like to see the tactical battle, the tactical trends. That every World Cup you'll see something different.
And based on the world trend right now, who's winning the World Cup?
So because I have no horse in the race, I think France. I'll give it 2 teams. I think France have a very good chance, and I think Portugal have a very good chance.
Portugal, you hear that, right? Portugal is what I'm talking about. And not because of the Ronaldo factor, right? I think Bruno and all those guys are in form right about now, and they have a very young team. With Ronaldo in the mix, and I think, obviously, last World Cup, that drive to give him something to go on with, I think they can go very, very far.
We'll see.
So, Nigel, we're happy to have you here this morning. Expect Nigel to be on for what, 24 days of, I think it's 20, just over 20 days.
Yeah,
it's about 20 days of World Cup football. To big up this, we're going to try to bring you guys all the insights with the World Cup. Yes, and I'm sure during the World Cup we're going to have no crime in Trinidad and Tobago whatsoever, because all of Trinidad and Tobago are going to be watching football, putting their bets in as well. Guys, thank you so much. I want to thank Natalie for allowing me 20 minutes of her time on Good Morning Tobago. We got the Talking Sports this morning. Yes, guys, remember to have a really good and enjoyable weekend. Go out and support some sports and be safe on the nation's roads. Yes, don't forget to share the live. Natalie, right after the break.
a phrase, God is good,
What we are seeing here today, I was in Tobago before when she had it in the ground. There's no greenhouse, it was just a concept. And seeing it today, it's exactly what we wanted from the innovation project, to be able to see scale up, employment, you know, looking at that substitution when you talk about importing food. I think we're really on our way.
The owner of PEB's Prosperous Hands actually did approach the business development unit for a loan. So we do have a loan program specifically for very critical sectors in Tobago: agriculture, tourism and digitization. And I found it very important for us to invest in this initiative, and I can say for today that we feel a sense of pride having invested in this project and seeing it actually come to fruition.
We are very proud to be able to have an accomplishment that we can show to the Tobagonians as one of the things that the Mega Farming Development Program has successfully collaborated on. The Mega Farming Development Program is really tasked with the optimal utilization of state lands.
What you see here today is a representation of my determination, resilience, faith in God, persistence, and I am so proud of where I've come from, what I've been through, and I just continue to give God all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. I want to say a special thanks to my spiritual covering, the Ramdials. Special thanks to my friends, family, destiny helpers, and all those who sold into this vision for PEB's Prosperous Hands.
Congratulations, no more tribulation.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
That people need to understand financial planning and how to build their homes. After disaster, a lot of people come to us, and the reason why they come to us is because they didn't build properly for the hazards around them. We had topics such as financial planning, land use, building codes. We had the insurance agents talk about the type of insurance that you really need, and we really thank them for having an excellent presentation today and giving everybody what they need. A lot of questions were asked and they were answered excellently. People who weren't here missed out.
So pretty much what we set out to do, and I think we did so successfully, was to give persons the tools to equip them with readiness for the upcoming hurricane season. That's both financially and the hard facts in terms of what you need to know about your home, what can be done beforehand to secure it, and what can be done after a disaster hits. I think a lot of the messages hit home in terms of it was personal, real life scenario situation, especially Mr. Stewart gave a lot of real life situations in terms of where disasters happen when persons didn't expect it. It doesn't have to be a hurricane or a storm, it could be prolonged rainfall, and that could bring a disaster in certain areas. I think persons would have left with tips and possibly things that they need to do to be ready or to get in a more ready position. And as we said, preparation is your best line of defense, and we want persons to be prepared.
So people need to take disaster resilience and management personally. It is not about the government. Disaster resilience and management is a personal thing. You have to know how to protect you and your family. Your family is the most important thing to your life. I know it's the most important thing to me, and therefore you have to make plans. That's like the insurance agents. Just make plans for your future. Therefore, it's not only insurance, it could be insurance, it could be a plan, it could be having a communication plan, where to go, who to call, because people don't even know that. So just have basic conversations about disaster management to your kids and to your family.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Anthony, you're very right. Another thing that we should normalize is we don't need to rush on main traffic. Block exits.
I think we're getting more selfish as a society, and it's just, even sometimes today we have a lot of narrow streets, and even sometimes I can't make you park opposite where you may want to park or custom parking. What kind of ideas we have money? They will park a little more, not easy parking. I mean, this is my park, and I'm stopping right here.
I said before, as human beings, we become far too busy seeing the world through our vehicles.
Yes.
So we are very focused on ourselves, what we want to do, where we want to go, and we are thinking about everything.
Yeah, most definitely. So something, Tobago is different. Let's continue to be different in a positive way and continue to think about each other and be our brothers. Keep on. This leads us right into this segment. A particular event is coming up with the Jeremiah Blueprint. Now, when I saw this, I thought very powerful name. It was called a blueprint. Mapping, building, and Jeremiah. So we're talking about something literally. So let's get right into it. Jeremiah, tell us a little about what it is, and it's something that's going on to the public. You have to register, of course, and you'll be blessed with particular information. Yes, I'm using the right news this morning. Yes, so tell us a little about Jeremiah.
So the Jeremiah Blueprint is a one-day intensive training workshop that links kingdom businesses and your faith. It's because your business is more than just income. This is a plan for your business. It is God's plan actually for your business, and you want to align your business plans with God's business plans. So that is what Jeremiah Blueprint is all about, bringing things in cohesion.
Yeah, and you asked something, and I guess everyone will be wondering why Jeremiah.
Yes.
And I mean, many people could quote the Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future.
Yeah,
but what some people miss is the context. When did God say this through Jeremiah? It was a dark season. It was a season of loss. It was a season of despair. And if we have to be honest, many entrepreneurs, businesses are going through that season right now.
Right.
A season of despair. Your suppliers can no longer ship to you because of the tariffs. Fuel prices have gone up, so everything seems to be going up, and your business seems to be stalling. But in the midst of that, for the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you. So we have to have faith in that word. We serve a God of, and again, it's about belief. And this is what I genuinely believe. And that's why this training is not for everyone, it's for people who believe. The second thing that is important is that though Jeremiah was known as a weeping prophet, he could also be known as the most successful man in history, because he followed exactly the word and instruction of God. And this workshop is calling on you to do just that, not to follow what the influencers are saying. And because many times you say, well, everybody else is doing this, so I need to do this, and AI is doing this, so I need to do that. But what this training is saying, follow the plan that God has for your business, because he does have a plan. He establishes the end before even the beginning.
And Aisha, you mentioned, that kingdom impact. To the business person who's listening this morning and probably hearing about this for the first time, what does that mean to a believer who is into business when you talk about kingdom impact as it connects to your business?
So kingdom impact speaks to how are you personally or your business actually as a kingdom citizen. You are part of the church. We are all part of the church. How are you impacting lives? How are you impacting the society, your community, the world that we live in? Is it negatively? Is it positively? Are you feeding the poor? Are you helping persons? Are you helping progress the gospel, helping progress the word of God? So that is your impact as a kingdom citizen. So your business must have that impact. It must have kingdom impact. It is above just making money. It should be above just making money, but it should be able to help along the way.
And I really wonder how many business persons, not just Christians, but we are a country of believers, whether you are a Hindu or Muslim, a Christian, something guides you morally. And how many business persons really hold on to that impact? Because yes, we know fundamentally we go into business to make a dollar, but as you said, there's a greater responsibility, whether you want to call it social responsibility, you know, but that kingdom impact, however you may define that kingdom according to your beliefs. Do you think people really care about that?
I think they should, even if they don't. I think they should, because it's a global village. It's one huge community. So if you are not caring about, and we were just talking about being selfish, if you're not caring about your brother and sister, eventually it comes back to you in a negative way.
Yes.
So even as believers, whatever faith you're in, even as Christians, we are called to love one another. And if you're loving me, you must have some kind of influence over me. And you want that influence to be a good influence. And you want your business, as we keep saying, to line up with exactly what God has for you.
Right.
You don't want to be operating in a vacuum.
Right.
If God says he has a plan and he is the CEO of your business, he has called you into business, then your plans must line up with his plans.
Right. Yeah. And now this is a one day, as you said, intensive training session. Tell us the date and where.
All right, so we're looking in Tobago on June the 20th. That's the day after a Saturday, the day after the Labor Day holiday. It will be at the Church on the Rock in Buku. That's at the Buku Town Center there.
Pastor Paul Joseph.
Pastor Paul Joseph's church. So that's where it will be in Tobago. In Trinidad, we are doing it in Trinidad as well.
Right.
On June the 19th at Salvation Gates of Praise. That's in 6th Company, Princestown. So it is intense for both of us as well.
Yes.
Because it's an intense 2 days
Back to
for
back,
us, back to back.
Yeah.
But it is what we were called to do. Even when my wife came to me and said, well, we have to do it on this day and on this day, I was like, what? But I'm like, you know what, if this is the word that you got, trusting and believing in that word, then that's what we're going with.
Now, looking at that, continuing looking at the word intensive, right? So it's from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on both days, right? So for those of you who are in Trinidad, you're not left out, all right? So you have your Thursday, it's Friday, Labor Day, that's the holiday, the 19th, and of course Tobago, the 20th will be your day. What can your registrants expect out of this session?
That's a great question, and we're not here to make any airy-fairy promises.
Right.
But there are 5 things, and I want to be very clear about it. And the first thing is clarity. And I think that's the most important thing. That the registrants, people who participate, will have a clear understanding that your faith and your business were always meant to work hand in hand, work together. The second thing that you're going to get is strategy. You're going to get practical, applicable principles, practices, and of course the blueprint that can be directly applied to your business immediately. The third is identity, and if we have to be very honest, and you know, I rebuke it even now, some people see themselves as a business trying to make ends meet, but that is not your identity. You are a kingdom entrepreneur, not a business person trying to make it.
Right.
Fourth is community. We're going to be in a room of like-minded persons who get it. Let's face it, when you're on your phone on a daily basis, you're not talking to people who get it all the time.
Right.
And you're going to be in a room filled with people who get it, who understand the difficulty of walking in faith and doing business. And of course, this community will last beyond the day of the workshop. And the fifth, and I think this is key, is courage. Because the greatest enemy of faith, as we know, is fear, doubt.
Correct.
And this workshop will give you the courage to walk in faith, to ensure that God is your CEO and that faith is the engine that drives your business.
Now there's a disclaimer. If we can have that flyer up on the screen, so our viewers can also visualize what we're speaking about. You know, your flyer specifically says, and I think that part is in bold, not for everyone. Tell us about that warning, right?
Well, I will let Aisha start, but you know, it's important that that disclaimer does go out.
Yes.
And you know what, I would say that we believe, and I'm a believer, you're a believer, Aisha believes, and if it's not your belief, that's fine. And we are not here to try to convert or convince you to believe what I believe. What we are here to do is demonstrate that our belief has a blueprint that works for business. And if it is that this if it is that you truly believe that God called you into business, because some people say that I just start a business, but if you truly believe that you're called into business by God, then this is for you.
Right.
If it is that you want to doubt or you want to question, so why you believe this and why that, and if you keep the Sabbath on a Saturday or a Sunday, this is not the place for that.
Right.
But it is for kingdom entrepreneurs who want to see how they can truly grow their business, who can move forward from Mount just enough, as I saw recently, because some of us are making just enough to make ends meet at the end of the month. But what we're speaking here is not prosperity gospel, but the plan that God has for us, which is to prosper us and not to harm us.
And not just that, if you this blueprint allows you to grow your relationship with God.
Right.
So if you're in a place that you're not ready for that, then it is not for you, because you must develop a relationship with God in order for your business to go. This is what this blueprint has laid out, even for us.
Right.
Even for us in developing it, we had to change certain things in the way we do business. So it is a shift, a mindset change, a practical change that you have to make in order for your business to be successful in this time. And if you're not ready for it, then don't come to the training.
And I think that's fair enough. You know, we're talking about believers and entrepreneurs and running a business, and I love the fact that you mentioned that shift. You know, sometimes we may do things a particular way, but when we get that knowledge to us and we realize we have been in the wrong, I think we must be willing to make that shift and that change. And as it's one thing I have always questioned in Tobago in particular, because Tobago, though you have other denominations, different religions, Tobago boasts itself of being predominantly Christian. Yet you hear about business people doing shady things, whether they're cheating the customer, whether they're cheating THA, whether they're cheating, you know, their supplier or however. And for me, I could never really find a balance, because it's a disconnect. So I'm glad that both of you, you know, are answering this call and with representing and hopefully influencing our believers who are in business to have that, you know, shift.
And you see what you mentioned is that integrity is, and you know, we leave it for politicians to have integrity, but it's for each and every one of us.
Quite true.
And especially in business, that we have to have integrity. And there is impact by operating with integrity, because there are people who are looking on and they're wondering if I should. And when they see you operating without integrity, outside of the realm of what you know to be right, then they're going to say, well, what I do not for? If so and so doing that, then why should I?
Right.
You know, and we can make an impact by the things that we do, not the things that we say. Right. And in the time now of influencers, it's important that we have a positive influence through business, and that kingdom impact is that positive influence, and not just jumping onto Facebook or Instagram or TikTok and ranting and raving and trying to get more views and likes.
Yeah, and for those whose interests have been piqued, you know, is it this workshop just for established entrepreneurs and business owners, or can a young person who wants to get in business or thinking about it register as well?
Yes, they can. We have tailored the blueprint to suit everyone. You're just starting, you're thinking about starting, and you want the right direction as a kingdom entrepreneur. You feel stuck,
right?
Or you're unsure of what direction, or if your business was really, if you were really called into business by God. This is for everyone. We would meet you at that point, and God, as we said, God has the plan to get you into a prosperous future.
Right, and those who would like to register, how can they? Your number?
All right, so of course you can call us directly, 473-7332, that's 473-7332, or 295-9374. We will provide a link as well so that you can register. You can look for us on socials as well. The night's analytics speech is always booming. So you can look for it. So you could find us on social media. It's easy to find Aisha, myself on social media.
And so there's a cost attached, but I know the flyer has an early bird special. So when does the early bird special end?
It's frozen at $300 right now, and again, it's because of the direction we want people to come. There are limited spaces, obviously. So when it's filled, and it's not about us trying to get more people to get more money. It's about, all right, we're cutting it off at this, and that's that, because it is a practical workshop, and it's an intensive workshop. So you're not going to sit there and it's going to be...
And listen to us talk all day.
No. There are things that you're going to do. As a matter of fact, just last night, we were going through it again, and you leave with your blueprint in hand.
Right.
So you're leaving with your blueprint in hand. And so God's plan will be in your hand as you leave. And you know that old saying that knowledge is power, we know that's not true. It's what you're going to do with it after that.
Quite true. And I have not been paid to endorse this, right? But this is very interesting to me. You all know I love when we develop and we invest in ourselves so that we can make progress. And, you know, $300, let's be serious. Yes, we say hard times, but it's an investment in yourself. And what I have noticed is when people from other places come and put a heavy tagline, you find the money and you attend it. This is somebody who's homegrown, you have context, somebody who understands your story even more directly than someone coming from outside. And the $300 for an entire day, you know, you can't go wrong.
With lunch.
Right? With lunch. And you know you all love that part, right? With lunch. So you can't go wrong. Make the investment. You know, you will learn something. Sometimes we go and yes, we hear familiar things, but there's always something new to walk away with. So make the time, invest in yourself, invest in your future, your business. And again, this is not a paid endorsement, right? This is just from this conversation, hearing what it's about and understanding the purpose behind it. So it's June 20th in Tobago. Remind us where and the time again.
So June 20th in Tobago Church on the Rock in Buku, Pastor Paul Joseph's church. That's from 9 to 5 on Saturday the 20th of June, and of course in Trinidad, Salvation Gates of Praise on Friday, June the 19th.
Right.
So we look forward to seeing each and every person. Again, it's one day, it's intensive, but it's a great investment in yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the best investments that you can make. I just want to say very quickly, one of the greatest expenses that a business person could walk around with is a lack of clarity. And if it is that you are working hard every day, but on the wrong thing, you're not sure you're trying something new every day because you're trying to make a dollar, they're trying to hustle. The hustle mentality is very prevalent now. People are always telling you about that side hustle. Then that's an expense that you're carrying. And the clarity that you can get from this session is a great investment. It's a clear steal, as a matter of fact. There's no profit in it for us at this point in time. The profit is only to the persons attending.
Right, excellent. And if I can have that flyer up one more time, because I don't know, I see things that other people may not see. You know, I pay attention to detail. And on the right of the flyer, there's a mug, and I noted what it said: faith, focus, finish. Now I'm asking both of you to answer this question. Which one of these three elements do you think our entrepreneurs have the most challenge with? So faith, focus, finish.
For me, I think it's faith. Because of the economy now, and because we see so much things and we go by what we see, we lose our faith, or we start to doubt, and we start to wonder if God is calling us at this time to do this, to do that, to do the other. We start to question God, and our faith, the mustard seed, just becomes a little smaller, you know, even in difficult times. So I think faith is something that a lot of us struggle with.
And that's human. I tell people I went through a particular ordeal with my mother recently, and I tell people I never realized a mustard seed was so big, and to have faith the size of a mustard seed, it takes a lot. And when everything is screaming at you that you're a failure, that you're not doing the right things, that you're falling behind, that you're not a winner, to keep faith is the most difficult thing. There are exercises for focus. You know, we finish every day when you get to bed. But keeping faith, and we saw that the disciples had a tough time keeping faith, even in seeing things in front of you. And so, as human beings, even before being a business person, faith is the hardest thing to maintain. And I really pray and that we can find a way to nurture that mustard seed in each and every person.
Thank you for sharing that. So just to remind you viewers, the Jeremiah Blueprint, God's Plan for Your Business, a one-day intensive workshop right here in Tobago, Saturday, June 20th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And give us that number one more time that they can call.
They could call 473-7332 or 295-9374.
Right, so thank you so much, and best all God's blessings on this workshop as you have it in Trinidad.
Okay. 335, 336, 337, 338, 339.
Counting on your fingers again. No wonder you lose your business.
Grandpa, thanks for helping me start over.
You not lucky in business, you know.
Dad
As a child, you
And I hope that your exhortations on...
failed. As a teenager, you and your boyfriend tried to break into the jewelry business. But hey, where that boy end up?
He live in Aruka in the Grove. The golden one.
Oh, child, if you want to get into business, you have to have your financial records intact. But hey, do you know your numbers?
Of course, 62433.
No, child, your numbers, your ratios, your equity ratios. You have a financial handicap.
What?
You need to see somebody about that. Anderson.
Who?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago, they offer tax and accounting services. They know about financial management.
Grandpa, I started this business with nothing.
And nothing is what you will end up with unless you call Anderson Services. Here.
Okay, this card is nice.
Yeah.
What's this?
Your rental fee. Have business will pay rent. Hot and groovy in the soca party.
But your family taking long to play the card. Come on, tell you. I'm all in time, so good, but. Yo, what school you went by?
Diane Bishops, boy.
Bishops?
Yeah, we know the baddest has come out of Bishops, sir.
The baddest?
Bad telling away.
We know the baddest, boy. One night and life, and I is the baddest.
Boy, Bishops is the best, boy.
Yo, what's going on with Tola? What's going on? It's only one way to settle this. We'll be live on Youth Voice TV, where I, your host, Multibass, will be hosting the Rep Your School DJ competition, where DJs will go head-to-head in a crazy battle to secure the title. We have cash prizes of $10,000 to come out and win, and a lot of amazing prizes. Guys, what are you waiting for? Let me come out, come and showcase your skills. Come, let me do some juggling.
So guys, there are two categories for DJs that are out of school up to 35 years, and for the DJs that are currently in school, it must be up to 19 years of age. So guys, get ready. It's all about Rep Your School. It's all about the DJ competition.
Who will bring the best vibes? Who can control the crowd? And who will earn the bragging rights? You get a chance to be a part and witness the rise of the new DJ generation. So this is Youth Voice, Rep Your School DJ, live on Tobago Updates. Stay tuned.
Youth Voice, Rep Your School DJ competition. Rep Your School.
Looking for office attire or worship apparel, then come to Tia's Classic Closet. Shopping for casual clothing or just want to dress down. Big discount, so it's you on clothing and comfortable shoes. Get some wonderful accessories to match your attire. Come to Tia's Classic Closet at 39 Montgomery Road. Opening hours daily from 9:30 to 5:30. For more information, call 710-168-9999999.
us, you are viewing GMT. I'm your host, Natalie C. Richardson, and joining me this morning is Rhea Sampson, Events Coordinator at the Magdalena Grand. And that's where we are this morning. Rhea, welcome and good morning.
Morning to everyone. Thank you for having me.
So the last time we met, it was Mother's Day. Yes, that was the highlight.
That was the highlight.
Another special day is coming up, Father's Day. And we know that the fathers complain that, you know, all the activities happen for Mother's Day, but at Magdalena, the fathers are not forgotten.
Not forgotten. We want to make sure they feel special as they are, you know, as they are. So we're making sure that they come out this time. We have a room special, so we have an accommodation special, nice weekend special for them, and then we have breakfast for them. We're focusing on breakfast for them. So the weekend special, of course, is 3 nights. You get the last night off half price off. So it's $3,099, and then we have nightly rates, of course, if anybody else wants to spend a night at $11.99 per night. We've also teamed up with 6 Car Rental and Soleil, which is in our lobby, for specials. So 6 car rentals, they can rent a car at 15% off. Soleil has special packages that they can always get throughout the store. And then we know we have fathers who like to play golf. So we did a special for them as well, and it's $280 per 18 hole.
Right, so that's a lot happening. I want to go back to the very beginning, right? So daddies, you're covered. Those of you who have not made up your mind or looking for ideas, you get the full works right here.
Right here.
So you said a 3-night special.
3-night special.
So that starts, because you said weekend, so we're looking Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, you could do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay.
It ranges between the 18th to the 22nd.
Okay,
So they can
so you can play with those.
Yes, you
those
can play
3
with
nights.
the dates.
All right,
you know?
and the 3rd night, there's a special.
50% off, yes.
Right. So you see, you know you've been planning this and you want to make it happen. You know, family time. For those of you from large families and you want to do the extended family line, you know, now is the time. And of course, you mentioned breakfast for the dads. Tell us about that.
Breakfast is included with the rates.
Okay.
So they will have breakfast, but we also have a special breakfast as well. We'll go back to that one. But with the package, you get breakfast. You have use of the facilities as well.
Right.
So they can come, they can relax, they can go on a little tour around the hotel, take a little walk, you know, relax themselves.
Of course.
Or they can go and play golf.
Right. The golf, yes?
Yes.
Right. And some of you know your husbands, your dads, the uncles, the granddads, somebody loves the golf. So of course here is the place to be. Now, once you take that 3-night special, that is when the specials from 6 is attached to it, or is that separate?
Yes, it's attached to that particular package.
Right.
So they can go to 6 car rentals and they'll get 15% off of their car rental for however long they're looking at.
Right.
Yes.
And for those who may not be able to do the 3 nights because of time or other activities that they may have planned, but we know we don't like to miss out on Magdalena breakfast. How can they then celebrate that through that?
So breakfast is $230 per person, so they can come and enjoy breakfast with us. You know, make your reservation with our team, and we have a nice spread for them. You know, from their waffles to their bacon to Accra, everything will be there for them, so they can come in. It will be in our Pembo restaurant, and we'll have a nice fun time.
And what time is breakfast?
So we extended breakfast a little bit, so it's from 7 a.m. till 11 this time.
Okay.
Normally it's till 10:30, but just to make sure that we get all the dads in,
yes,
we've extended the time till 11 a.m.
And of course, for those who are interested and may not be staying in for that weekend and they want to make reservations, remind us of the number to
So
call.
you can call 290-9015, 290-9438. So either one of those numbers, and we'll assist as best as we can.
And you know, I always encourage us to make reservations. That way, when you get there, they are awaiting you, and you know your family or your group was catered for, planned for, than having to wait, because it is going to be a busy weekend.
It is a very busy weekend, so get your reservations in, come make your payments, make sure that you are set. We will have some activities for the dads, because you know we have to treat them just as best as mommy.
Yes.
So we'll have some activities happening throughout breakfast to make sure that everyone feels special.
Right, and you know I always put in a plug for fathers, right? Because mommies, the dads just roll out the red
Correct.
carpet for us, right? So you have to come as good or even better. I know some families, this Mother's Day, Father's Day thing is serious competition because whatever mommy gets, mommy say, nah, I have to teach them and I could do better, right? So just have fun, celebrate that. Many of our fathers work very hard to take care of their family, and you know, why not celebrate them, remind them that you do love them, and just set aside that special time. We are so busy in terms of how we live today. So, you know, take a cool down that particular weekend. You know, maybe you could make it a surprise. Just tell dad, you know, we're picking you up after work. You know, mommy, you pack the bag, that kind of thing. You know, do something, make it excitable, and just pick up daddy and bring him here, give him, you know, royal treatment that weekend. Of course, it should be all year round, but we know we're bringing it out a little extra for Father's Day. So, Ria, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Magdalena Grand is always doing something fun and interesting for families here in Tobago, and I think that is so very important that families are always catered for. So viewers, that's all the time we have this morning, and we are ending our GMT Good Morning Tobago. It is Friday. The weekend has begun. Remember that that blueprint conference that we were speaking about, workshop rather, that's taking place on June 20th, and of course Father's Day weekend, you can get that 3-night special, or just do breakfast if that is more suitable to you and your family. But just do something for dad. Make him feel special. And yes, I always remind us as we wrap up on a Friday, you are your brother's keeper. Let's remember to continue to look out for each other. And thank you for viewing GMT.